Hello friends! Wild monkeys are not only strong and agile creatures, but they also present significant challenges to agriculture. Their actions of attacking and destroying crops cause great losses to agricultural production. In particular, they are also the source of dangerous diseases for humans such as Zika fever and rabies, spread through wounds and bites. Creates a high risk of injury and infection. The presence of wild monkeys not only pollutes the environment and groundwater, but also poses a direct threat to public health. Their ferocity makes them a threat not only to adults, but is also especially dangerous to children, which can cause serious diseases. Traffic accidents can occur when wild monkeys suddenly appear on the streets, causing damage to public infrastructure and creating a risk for people to control and limit population growth. Wild monkey. The United States government has supported the use of controlled hunting methods carried out by licensed hunters. These activities ensure strict compliance with hunting regulations, while ensuring safety for both humans and animals, as well as contributing to ecological balance. Local hunters have adopted a range of traditional hunting equipment, such as gun traps and nets, to manage wild monkey populations. In particular, They use ripe fruits, such as bananas, mangoes, and papayas, placed strategically in hunting areas to attract monkeys. These attractive baits serve as ideal lures to attract monkeys in and out as they try to get their food. Hunters quickly take advantage of the opportunity to capture monkeys, using weapons such as rifles or shotguns, often equipped with lead bullets or tranquilizers. These tools are essential parts of the licensed hunter, who has a deep understanding of monkey behavior and knows how to hide and wait to strike quickly and effectively when needed. Set. In addition, many methods of catching monkeys are more humane, using live traps such as cage traps and clamp traps placed in areas frequented by monkeys. The purpose of using live traps is not only to capture, but also ensure the safety of animals, help collect data, and implement conservation measures without affecting the natural balance of the environment. School. Using net traps to catch monkeys is an effective and humane method that requires precision and skill. The process begins by establishing a discreet and strong netting system in spots where monkeys often congregate or pass through. These nets are designed to operate delicately, ensuring they do not scare away the monkeys, but instead attract them with ripe fruit and other attractive foods placed strategically on the nets. When the monkey approaches and tries to get the food, the net closes quickly and effectively, capturing the monkey gently but safely. Using net traps requires patience and skill, not only to capture, but also to ensure the monkey's safety. This method not only helps to safely capture animals, but also allows them to collect data or carry out necessary conservation measures. The debate surrounding wild monkey hunting has always been heated, with two opposing views. Some argue that the practice is cruel and unnecessary, while the U.S. government and conservation organizations, animal protection agencies all affirm that this is a necessary measure to protect property, health and safety of people. The issue of wild monkey populations does not only belong to a specific field, but is also a shared responsibility of the entire community, ensuring the protection of the common living environment and ensuring social welfare. We are excited to share our experiences and solutions in dealing with situations involving wild monkeys. By sharing our opinions and experiences, we hope to help communities find the best approaches to living in harmony with wildlife. We are working to establish a balanced and harmonious relationship between humans and wild monkeys, paving the way for coexistence in the same environment. Let's explore and appreciate the magical world of creatures, starting with majestic elephants and intelligent creatures that are truly surprising and inspiring. If you're curious and excited about these elephants, leave the number 2 in the comments to let us know you are interested in this topic. Elephants, the largest land mammals, can weigh up to 6 tons. They are known not only for their impressive size but also for their long, flexible bodies, capable of performing many functions from eating and bathing to socializing and communicating. In elephant herds, emotions are expressed not only through sounds and gestures, but also through their impressive intelligence. They often live in herds led by older elephants and protect other members. These herbivores mainly eat leaves and fruits to maintain health and energy, keeping the ecosystem balanced and diverse. A rich diet not only helps elephants maintain health, but also helps them adapt to complex and challenging natural environments. Elephant pregnancies last up to 22 months, representing considerable patience and investment in their future generations. Elephants, with their omnivorous diet, are capable of consuming a variety of foods including fruits and vegetables, helping them maintain ecological balance in their habitat. Despite their gentle nature, They can sometimes become aggressive and attack other animals or disrupt public order. The sight of elephants rushing into the road causing traffic jams is not only inconvenient but also offensive. In serious cases, concerns for public safety are heightened as provocative attacks can occur, ranging from gentle teasing to serious attacks on vehicles and even homes, causing significant damage and stirring up the community. Communities have had to face and search for solutions to prevent potential threats from these formidable animals. Hunting can be considered a last resort, but should always be done with care and consideration to ensure any action is conducted humanely and responsibly. Do you agree with the elephant hunting method? If so, leave the number 1. Otherwise, if you disagree, leave the number 0 and share your opinion with us. Japan has faced an unexpected ecological crisis as wild boars spread across the country, from deep forests to bustling entertainment areas. The challenge for the entire community is that sudden attacks by wild boars, especially during activities such as skiing, have caused dangerous and unpredictable accidents. Wild boars not only appear in the suburbs, but also invade residential areas, causing serious problems such as destroying crops and damaging streets. Population growth in Japan has led to the abandonment of many rural areas, creating ideal conditions for wild boars to live and reproduce rapidly. They often wander on the roads and cause traffic accidents, create congestion, and challenge the police in controlling the situation. To deal with the problem, farmers and local officials in Japan have taken a series of measures, including using nets and fences to catch wild boars. In many cases, these measures have been successful, including the use of trap guns, foot traps, and the use of hunting dogs. These measures, combined with a sturdy metal clip design, have proven to be an effective method of controlling and reducing feral boar invasions. The number of wild boars caught in traps increases dramatically as the strong clamping force injures them and prevents them from moving, making it easier for trappers to reach and handle them. The wild boar crisis in Japan is a prime example of how changes in habitat and social factors can cause unexpected ecological challenges, requiring rapid and effective responses from both the community and the government. This type of trap uses rope or steel cable attached to a sharp metal bar. When wild boars step on them, the sharp rope will pierce their noses, causing discomfort and attracting attention without causing serious injury, thereby helping to control wild boar populations without harming them. In Japan, some farmers use rifles to manage wild boar herds, especially when they cause significant damage to farms or agricultural land. However, all hunting activities must strictly comply with laws and safety regulations to ensure that control is carried out effectively and safely for both humans and other livestock hunting dogs. They play an indispensable role in hunting forest worms thanks to their ability to detect scent and the flexibility to move easily in the forest, following the tracks of hard-to-find prey. Guide dogs signal the presence of wild boar ahead with natural cooperation, creating a strong bond between human and hunting dog, thereby creating a more enjoyable hunting experience. Using cage traps is a traditional method in Japan, made from natural materials such as bamboo, wood, or steel. These traps are designed to automatically close when prey is lured inside, keeping them safe until a hunter returns. This method is not only humane, but also effective in providing sustainable control. In addition, farmers are also trying to destroy wild boars through measures such as planting unattractive plants for wild boars and installing nets around fields to prevent their invasion. This contributes to protecting crops and maintaining the ecological balance of agriculture, effectively solving the problem of stem boars. However, an inclusive and humanitarian approach is also an important part of this process. Some potential solutions have been proposed, including natural boar disinfection to prevent them from causing damage to crops. To limit their reproduction and relocate them to safer areas where they do not harm agricultural activities or public security. Raising public awareness on species prevention and control is important. Wild boar is very important. Encouraging broad community participation in these control efforts is an integral part. These measures not only help protect food sources and the living environment, but also minimize negative impacts on human life and safety. We need to share knowledge and experience of implementing these measures so that individuals and communities better understand how to implement them safely and effectively. Invasive crickets are becoming an increasingly serious problem on U.S. farms, especially as they damage crops and dig up soil to build nests. This is an omnivorous animal capable of consuming a variety of foods from crops to grass, even plastic. Their ability to reproduce rapidly increases pressure on agriculture, as they can lay up to 1,000 eggs at a time. Crickets not only harm vegetable and fruit trees, but also create difficulties when digging soil to build nests, with holes up to 1 meter in diameter and 1 meter deep. Land subsidence areas created by invasive crickets can be dangerous to both humans and animals. The impact of invasive crickets on agriculture in the United States cannot be underestimated, with estimates of up to $100 million in losses per year, creating a significant economic burden on the agricultural industry. Initially appearing in California in 2016, the invasive cricket species has rapidly expanded to the states of California, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, and Colorado, and is likely to continue to spread to other areas of the United States. They often live in wet and warm areas such as near rivers, lakes, and swamps. However, they are not only limited to rural areas, but can also appear in urban areas, causing many nuisances from traffic congestion to the risk of traffic accidents and other adverse effects. Negative impact on the human living environment. Invasive crickets are not limited to nesting in natural environments, but also invaded human habitations, creating nests under objects such as rocks and wood, and even entering infrastructure such as sewers and buildings. This action not only harms the plants they have chosen, but also creates noise and unpleasant impacts for residents, creating a daily burden and causing significant damage to agriculture and the environment in the United States, and also causes health-related problems. Reducing the cricket's food source, thereby achieving effective control of their numbers in the natural environment. Crickets are omnivores and can enjoy a variety of foods, from grass to even plastic when they are raised for food. They consume food sources that humans and other creatures do not like, such as vegetable parts on top of fruit or fruit peels and residue. This seed not only helps reduce their food source in the natural environment, but also limits the significant increase in cricket populations and additionally processes crickets into products such as flour, meat, and oil. These products not only enrich human and animal food sources, but also reduce pressure on other food sources such as beef, chicken, and fish. This also helps control cricket populations in natural environments in the United States. The strategy of raising crickets and harvesting them to control cricket populations has been implemented since the 2010s, starting in areas where crickets cause the most problems such as California, Arizona, and Nevada. This strategy has been effective in reducing cricket invasion and supporting natural environmental balance. In the last few years, California's invasive cricket population has declined by about 50%, largely thanks to a reduction in their food sources in the wild. I want to ask you a question. What would you do if you encountered this invasive species of cricket? Please share your solution below in the comments section. In the United States, the solution to controlling invasive cricket populations often involves using a variety of pesticides, including powders and gels. However, these pesticides often contain ingredients such as pyrethroids, organophosphates, and neonicotinoids, which can be harmful to human and animal health. As for cricket control, pesticides should be used carefully. In addition to commercial pesticides, there are a number of solutions from common household products that can be applied. Wearing protective gear such as gloves, masks, and goggles is also important to avoid exposure to pesticides. Other preventative measures include spraying indoor seeds in areas where this invasive cricket species is present. Kangaroos, the largest marsupials in the world, are also an integral part of the Australian ecosystem with an estimated population of up to 50 million individuals. The main characteristic of kangaroos is their habit of eating grass, leaves, and fruits, often appearing in environments such as forests, grasslands, and parks. However, the presence of kangaroos also brings with it many challenges and problems, especially in invading farms and attacking humans. The kangaroo's habit of eating grass and leaves on farms causes significant damage to Australian agriculture, with losses estimated at up to $100 million annually. In addition, the appearance of kangaroos on the streets also creates worrying risks for local people. Every year, according to statistics, about 200 people are injured in traffic accidents related to the appearance of kangaroos. This poses a challenge for both road users and road safety programs. Electric fences have been proven to be an effective way to prevent kangaroos from entering parts of Australia. The farms are capable of generating electricity strong enough to repel them, and this fence not only prevents the destruction of vegetation, but also reduces the risk of traffic accidents caused by kangaroos. According to a study from the University of New South Wales, the electric fence system reduced damage caused to crops by kangaroos by up to 90%. This not only protects agricultural resources, but also reduces pressure on farmers. At the same time, electric fences play an important role in maintaining traffic safety and reducing the risk of collisions with other objects. When it comes to cost, solar electric fences may initially seem like an expensive solution. However, according to research by the Australian Energy Agency, the operating cost of this type of fence can be reduced by up to 80% compared to traditional electric fences. This shows that despite the high initial cost, solar electric fences are still a reasonable and sustainable investment in long-term fencing around fields and residential areas. In addition, this area plays an important role in preventing the invasion of kangaroo populations by creating physical fences and limiting their visibility. People help protect people's living space and food sources, while contributing to maintaining ecological balance and protecting biodiversity. Ongoing kangaroo hunting is considered the most effective and popular method of controlling their population in Australia. Professional hunters carry out this activity at night, reduce the risk, and each year, about 5 million kangaroos are targeted for this hunting activity, helping to maintain a balance between them and their habitat. Their habitats need to be protected, which helps prevent the destruction of agriculture, especially during periods when kangaroos are searching for food. Reducing the risk of traffic accidents and collisions with kangaroos is also an important part of minimizing risks and maintaining environmental balance. It is very important to comply with hunting rules and regulations. Hunters need to have a valid license and use appropriate equipment, as well as follow safety rules. The Australian government is monitoring and controlling hunting activities, prioritizing areas with high numbers of kangaroos. Although hunting is an effective measure, the Australian government is researching and looking for increasingly more effective and sustainable ways to control kangaroo populations in the future. Kangaroo parks in Australia are an important part of the established region and need to be maintained. With the goal of protecting kangaroos from hunting and maintaining their habitat, many famous conservation parks in Australia have been established. DB National Park Bella, located on the outskirts of Canberra, Australia's capital, is a major destination for many species of kangaroos such as red kangaroos, grey kangaroos, and wallaby kangaroos. Another notable reserve is Kangaroo Island Conservation Park, located on Kangaroo Island, a coastal island in southern Australia that is also home to many important kangaroos. Introducing kangaroos into reserves and national parks not only helps control their populations, but also creates safe and healthy living conditions. According to Australian government estimates, about 10% of kangaroo species are conserved in national parks and reserves, which is not only a quantitative achievement but also an important effort to protect rare animals from serious threats. In the Australian context, the problem of invasive kangaroos has a negative impact on the surrounding environment, especially given their ability to escape and compete with native animals. The high jumping ability and agility of kangaroos pose a major risk, as they can easily escape and become members of the wild, causing an invasion. To minimize the risk of kangaroos entering their homes, Australians should follow measures such as not keeping kangaroos in their homes and keeping them in a safe environment to avoid escape. Disinfection to prevent reproduction is also an important measure. In addition, it is important to be highly aware of the problem of kangaroos entering the community and to report their presence immediately. Local authorities need to take timely measures to prevent the growth of kangaroos. These solutions have been effective in preventing the spread of invasive kangaroo species. Do you believe there is a better solution? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to share this video to raise awareness about this issue. Worldwide, millions of feral pigs currently exist, including about 30% in the United States. Their strong adaptability has caused much damage to the agricultural economy and urban infrastructure. Now, we need cooperation from American farmers and hunters to solve this problem. Please leave number 1 if you are ready to explore this content with us. Let's watch this entire video to better understand the situation. The damage that wild boars cause to American farmers is huge. Are you curious about their characteristics? Wild pigs have been an invasive species since the 16th century when they were introduced to the United States by European settlers for hunting purposes. Today, they have spread everywhere and become a big problem for both farmers and the general public. Some states in the U.S., such as Texas, have the largest wild boar populations, with millions living in the wild and reproducing rapidly. Each litter can give birth to 10 to 12 cubs. Breeding season usually takes place in spring and summer. In winter, with thick fur and large bodies, wild boars can withstand the harsh weather in this area. Due to their aggressive nature, they can attack humans when they feel threatened. Their favorite foods include grass roots and fruits, usually traveling in herds in search of food. They move through forests or grasslands. The weight of each wild boar can range from 100 to 300 pounds, depending on age and sex. The feral hog invasion has caused serious damage to both rural and urban Americans. According to estimates by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, damage caused by wild pigs to the U.S. agricultural industry could reach $1.6 billion USD annually in 2019. A group of an estimated 400 feral hogs damaged over 100 acres of cornfields in Texas, causing a loss of up to 200 million acres. In addition, wild boars have also begun to invade urban areas in search of food and water. Power lines and water pipes are often damaged and interrupted, causing anxiety and insecurity in the community. Assembling a buster trap to catch invasive wildlife species is a simple and effective solution. These traps often catch large numbers, helping to control wild boar populations more effectively. Farmers often set traps in areas where wild pigs frequent, such as roads or near water sources, and that trap can be set up alone every year. The number of wild pigs decreases significantly, so set up Trap Buster Board puts it first. On a piece of flat, stable ground, dig a hole around the trap about 12 inches deep and 6 inches wider than the trap. Next, secure the trap by tying a cape or chain to one of the stationary stakes and tying the other end of the rope to a sturdy post, about 3 to 6 inches away from the trap, making sure the rope serves as a dot to hold the trap. Then, place bait in the trap to attract wild boars. Strong-smelling bait is considered advisable, and effective trap maintenance is recommended by replenishing bait as needed and repairing or replacing any damaged parts. Once the trap has been set for a certain period of time, farmers will collect and process the captured wild boars, often taking them to veterinary facilities or factories. In Texas and many states in the United States, gun hunting is a popular activity enjoyed by many hunters, usually taking place during the day when there is enough light to observe prey. The shooting range usually ranges from a few dozen inches, and they can shoot accurately and effectively. Each hunting trip usually yields a significant number of wild boar during the hunt. Many people will also incorporate hunting dogs into their activities. These dogs are specially trained to attract and hunt wild prey, capable of detecting and guiding hunters to their prey. They often have better sensory and smell abilities than regular dogs, helping to detect herds of forest worms from afar. Cooperation between humans and hunting dogs has been proven to be highly effective in hunting. After the conclusion of the hunting expedition, the collection and processing of wild boar is an important matter. Although some farmers have processed wild boar into food for their families, using wild boar as food is controversial in terms of health safety. They can carry infectious diseases such as hepatitis E, endangering human health and facing opposition from some people who condemn the practice as inhumane and harmful to wildlife. While hunting may be seen as a means of population control, many people also worry about the sustainability of wild boar in the natural environment. What do you think about the feral hog problem causing damage to Texans? Leave a comment of 1 if you agree with this solution, and a comment of 0 if you disagree about Texans managing wild pigs.
Bears are strong and popular animals among wildlife. They have a habit of eating different types of nuts, depending on the type of bear. With the rapid increase in numbers, they have to go to farms in search of food. Therefore, it has promoted the development of safe and effective bear hunting methods, in order to protect farms and residential areas from their intrusion.
And he's down. Hey! Hey!
Brown bears and black bears frequently invade, and they enjoy eating chia seeds, pine nuts, walnuts, and hazelnuts. This hobby has created a unique opportunity to use them as bait to control bear populations and ensure the safety of populated areas and farms. For proper hunting, hanging grain bins is indispensable. The wedges are hung about 2 to 3 m above the ground, so that the beer is not easily accessible and avoids attracting unwanted animals. It is also important to place them out of sight of people and livestock. Choose areas with many bears to increase your chances of successful hunting. In the darkness of the night, the gentle footsteps of hunting dogs echoed in the peaceful space, their shiny eyes glowing in the darkness. Suddenly, the shadowy silhouette of a large bear appeared high in the canopy, stretching out to face the moon's dim light. The hunting dog felt agitated and began to bark loudly to signal the hunter. When hunting bears during the day, sniper rifles are common weapons used for bear hunting, often equipped with scopes for increased accuracy and performance. Hunters' clothing also plays an important role in the bear hunting process, as wearing camouflage helps them avoid being detected by bears and makes it easier to approach them without attracting attention. If you're not careful, they will attack you like this. According to data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, on average, about 10,000 bears are killed by humans in the U.S. each year, of which about 20% are due to the participation of hunters. Some popular bear hunting areas in the U.S. include forests in Alaska, Montana, Idaho, California, Colorado, and Wyoming, as well as coastal areas in Oregon and Washington, such as the famous Glacier National Forest in Montana, hunting with many types of bears' favorite nuts. To deal with the invasion of wild bears and protect farms or residential areas, one of the most effective and safe measures is to use cage traps. Traps are an important tool in controlling bear populations without the use of weapons. Safe capture and control of bear traps also allows environmental managers and professional hunters to capture bears without harming wildlife. It provides an effective method to remove bears from invasive areas and ensure the safety of the public and livestock. Before ending this video, one last question. Which wildlife species are you most affected by in your area? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you have any specific solutions, please share them for us to discuss.